Hello and welcome back. After that brief technical issue with this stream there, we had a technical issue earlier on with a race, and now we had a technical issue with Charlotte Roval. So I've taken Charlotte Roval out and put Riverside International Raceway in, record held by Rusty Wallace by the looks of things. And there is the track. As you can see, it is a road course. As the Charlotte Roval was as well, so I thought I'd replace it with another road course. I do apologise for these issues tonight. South Africa are on a pole position with Italy next to them, and also Jamaica in third, Portugal fourth, Mexico in fifth, Saudi Arabia sixth, Poland seventh, Argentina in eighth, Wales ninth, and England in 10th. Let's go to the bottom quickly and have a look who's down there. Northern Ireland at the back with Brazil just in front of them. So without further ado, let's get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
So this is Riverside International Raceway. This track was going to be in the Piston Cup. It is in the Piston Cup. So I brought it forward to the Nations Cup, as we've just realised Charlotte Roval doesn't work. Let's hope this track works. If this doesn't work, then I am giving up tonight, going to bed, closing my eyes and completely shutting off from the world. Because we're not having much luck today, guys, to be fair. I'm going to touch wood and let's hope we can get a race going here as they go round their courtesy pace lap before the race begins, following that pace car. This is Riverside International Raceway for round 8 of the Nations Cup. South Africa had a blazing win last time round. They are definitely going to hope they can get another win today with Italy by their side again, fighting it out at the front. Italy have come on strong this year, very strong. Could they be potential winners of the Nations Cup as we come round the track? I don't know this track very well, so you're going to have to bear with me. As I said, I was getting it prepared for the Piston Cup, which we were going to start on Saturday, hopefully. So we'll see about that. But I don't know much about this track, so it is going to be... just going to sort of have to blag it tonight, I think. Don't know where the guys are. I think the guy's gone and Magnus have gone. They're not happy with the way things have gone tonight. As we come down this long, lovely straight, they hit some cracking speeds down here. I've not played with the INI file on this track, so anything could happen, guys. It could be a clean race, it could be a messy race, I don't know. Oh no! Yes, I know the guy, you are still here, thank you. The Roval's had to go, it's not working. There's definitely issues with it, as you saw. There's definitely major issues with it. So let's hope this track works. It is Riverside International Speedway. As they come down this straight, they fly down that straight when they start racing. The pace car will go in soon, and we will have a race on our hands. South Africa and Italy are going to storm to that first corner, that first turn. They are going to storm to it. Jamaica behind them. Portugal in 4th place, which is really good. So here we go. And the green flag has risen. It's been waved. South Africa goes storming ahead to start this race. Look at that. Straight into the first corner. South Africa holding off Italy. Italy can only look on. That can't be encouraging for them at all. Look at the gap already. South Africa must have the fastest car in this competition by miles. Absolutely fantastic car as they come around that tight little bend there. It's a very fast track this, especially when they get on that long straight. That long straight is really fast. We'll put the I suppose it'd be called the option box down, so you can see the speed they gather up down that straight. It's not, 300 miles an hour, but it's fast for a long straight. Riverside International Raceway, don't know much about it, but if you guys know anything about it, let me know. I'd be interested to hear. Piston Cup starts Saturday, fingers crossed. Don't forget the Formula 1 Round 2 at Bahrain is on Sunday. And hopefully we'll get this Nations Cup finished by Friday without any more technical issues. Touching wood. I know, South Africa, look, as they go down that straight now, look how fast they fly down it. South Africa have already made a huge dent in that gap. Look, as they come all the way down, they'll come to that corner and they don't let off. Look, they still go 180 and then all of a sudden they let off. Wow, what a quick straight that is. Yes, South Africa are making a huge gap already. I'd like to see what their time is going to be when Italy come over the start-finish line. So there you go, 0.6, 180 already in front. 1.80 already. No cautions yet. Let's hope that stays that way. Let's have a look at the cars behind. There is Italy in second, Jamaica, Portugal, so literally in their same positions as they started. There's Mexico, Saudi Arabia right behind them, Argentina in 7th. There's the 18 car of Poland, pretty good for them. Wales are in 9th. Now they've not had a good rest of the season since they won their first ever race, so I'm wondering what's going on with their car. And just behind them, their next door neighbours are England, and it looks like the French are behind England, and Canada are there as well. So South Africa storming ahead already in this race. Hello Brian, how are you this evening? Have you heard about all the technical issues we've had today? It's very embarrassing, very embarrassing. So I do apologise for that. The spark of power. Wow, what a sign that is as South Africa storm down that straight to the turn on that nice little bend there. They are already making a huge gap. If you've just joined us, South Africa have, for some reason, come from nowhere. They've been here and there all season, and then the last, I'd say, 2 to 3 races, they have been incredible. 3.35, lap 3 of 59. Let's hope we get some pit stops. Now, this is a 30% race. Now, I've only just noticed this today, that I set this championship on 30%. That's bad. Don't know why I did that. So we are on a 30% race. I got a feeling there will be one pit stop. At least there's got to be one pit stop. We didn't have any at Watkins Glen yesterday, so let's hope we get at least one. As South Africa are miles ahead. Is there any point watching them? Let's go to Italy. As you can see, Italy and Jamaica fighting it out for second place. I need to see this race, Brian. I need to see this. Where is this race? Have you uploaded it? No, seriously, I need to see it. I want to see how good it is. Honestly, because I want to see how these cars come up on other people's machines and other people's screens and games and all sorts. So yeah, definitely. If there's a way you can share it, maybe compress it into a folder, email it over or something. I don't know. Very excited to hear that. Very. Actually, that's pretty cool. I actually want to see that now. We should have played that tonight instead. We should have just played your video instead of this, because South Africa are miles away. Italy and Jamaica are fighting for second. Jamaica look like they're going to get it, because Italy just don't seem to have any power in that car. They seem to defend all the time. Every race they seem to defend. They just don't have any power. Jamaica and South Africa, whatever they've got under them engines, I know they're all Fords, so they must be doing something Yeah, we'll have to work that out later. Definitely work that out. That is interesting. I'd like to see that. Maybe I'll send you over my email address. Compress the video if you can, if there's a way, if you recorded it. I guess you did. And then we can have a look. That'd be pretty awesome. Maybe if I can get a copy of it, we'll put it on a stream. Maybe we'll replay it. We'll have a recap and go over it. That'd be quite cool. So Italy in second place. There is South Africa 493 in front. Look, there's not even a car around them. They are miles ahead. Again, looks like they have already gained this win on lap 4. So far ahead. I do like this track. I do like it. Very, very big and wide and lots of room for overtaking. But if you've got a fast car like South Africa, then I don't think you're going to be overtaking anyone. Look at this. Flying down there. So let's go through the back of the grid and see what's going on. Northern Ireland at the back, as very often this season. Finland, Nigeria. 3 teams that have been sitting at the back of the grid most of the season. South Korea not doing very well this year. Brazil. There is Turkey. Croatia again having a bad season. Switzerland there. Excuse me, I'm about to cough. Better. There, who is that? That's Israel. That's definitely no, that's Scotland. That is Scotland with that nice white cross. There's the Chinese. Things are getting better in Wuhan apparently. They are no longer on a full lockdown, so there is an horizon ahead of us, guys. There is good news coming. I can feel it. Sweden there. There is Iran. And there are the Dutch. A pretty poor season. No cautions as of yet. Colombia. Belgium having a bad race last time round. Really bad race. Crashing and then engine failure. There's the Israelis. Not doing well again this year. Russia. Germany. There is the Germans there. Again, they've been very disappointing the last 2 seasons. There is the Republic of Ireland fighting out of Iceland. Iceland haven't won a race this year, but again, like Wales, not produced anything since. Spain seem to always be in the middle of the pack. There is the Moroccans just behind Australia. Japan down there. Now, I'm sure they've won a race this year, and again, they've not done anything with that win. There is the Americans who won at Iowa, their first win in the Nations Cup in 2 seasons. But again, they've not done anything with it. They've won and sort of set back. Canada, there is France, England in 10th place, Wales in 9th. There is the Polish there, Argentina, Mexico. There is Saudi Arabia, who are running in 5th. Very good. Portugal having a good race. Jamaica have backed off Italy. And Italy have backed off South Africa by looks of things. Because if you go to South Africa, you'll notice they are 8-2-4 ahead already. Now, I believe what the guy has said. This will be a race of back markers. I think when they get that lap traffic, as the guy says, I think that could be instrumental in slowing these South Africans up. But will it be too late? Because South Africa are 8-2-4 ahead of Italy. Now let's go here. They are 41 seconds ahead of 39th place. There is Italy in the background there. Could potentially South Africa catch Northern Ireland, who are at the back? I think it was Northern Ireland, before they pit. Or will the pits change everything? South Africa absolutely doing incredibly well the last 3 races. It's got to be 3 races, isn't it? They've done extremely well. Let's go on board with them and see how fast that car is going. think, as I talk to him, he put his foot to the floor. I'm starting to think South Africa are a little bit like Lewis Hamilton in Formula 1 at the moment. They really do hit some speed, don't they, down that straight. Some absolute incredibly fast speed. It is definitely not fair South Africa are doing so well, but they are the holding champions, or the reigning champions, that's the better word, if I could get it out. All of a sudden they've come from nowhere, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I've not messed with any ratings or any setups or anything. I've not done anything like that. I literally just left this. So last season we had 20 teams, if I remember rightly, and then I agreed that we'd make more teams. I was going to do 32, but then I decided to do 40. So the extra 20 cars averages are exactly, you know, there's no different. So South Africa are in it last season. They've got the same ratings as last year as they have this year. So very, very odd. So let's have a look and see how fast they go down that back straight. Let's go back inside. That was 183 miles an hour. He has just done 183 miles an hour before letting off the gas. That car is pretty quick, I've got to say. That health 11.01. He has to be catching up back markers now, surely. Island at the back of the grid there, and we have a 28. Number 28 is out of the race. Let's have a look at who that is. No one is out of the race. So why is it telling me? We've got 39 cars in the race, and I'm guessing number 28 didn't take part. Interesting. So I guess 28 didn't start the race, maybe, or had issues at the beginning, or just didn't. Let's have a look. Let's go to the entries. We had 40 cars involved. Let's go to qualifying, and we had 40 cars. So someone obviously didn't get to start the race. Very bad. Number 28. Can't remember who that is. That's really bad of me as well. I should know this stuff. There is Finland at the back, Nigeria, Brazil. There seems to be a lot of movement at the back. Let's go to Italy and see how fast they're going. So we will go on board with Italy and see what's going on with them. Bear with me. So we're watching Italy's speed to see if they're doing the same speed as South Africa. Keep an eye on that mile per hour at the top. Wow, did you see that? Did you see that, guys? That car, I can tell you now, went 180 miles an hour, which means South Africa have 3 miles per hour more on their car. Absolutely incredible. I pressed the wrong button again. There are the South Africans there. So let's watch their speed go down that back straight, or down that long straight, and see what they're doing, because I'm sure they did 183 and Italy just done 180. So let's watch and see what happens. Keep an eye on that mile per hour at the top, the speed. They've got to beat 180, which was made by Italy. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, 182. Did anyone see 183? I only saw 182. 15 seconds ahead of Italy now. They must be coming up to at least a back marker, surely. There is Northern Ireland right at the back, having a bad season. If you go that way, you'll see South Africa, who are leading, who are having an incredibly great season. So it's 182 for South Africa, 180 for Italy. So there's 2 miles per hour difference. So why is there such a big gap in the time? It's 17 seconds now. 17 seconds, and they are 1 minute and 13 seconds in front of Northern Ireland. Their fastest lap is 1.46. So what is it? What difference is that car to that Italian car? I might have to take a look at Italy again down that back straight and to see if they're doing exactly the same speed, because I'm sure South Africa did 183 the first time they went down here. So here they go again. Let's watch this. Let's see if they do better than 182. 17.7 seconds in front. 160, 170, 175. Now we're hitting 180, 181, 182, 182. Again, they did 1 182. And there is Italy, 160, 163. They're not that far behind, really. 175, 178, 179 that time. Was that 179? Are they slowing up? Ooh, Argentina are in the pits. As South Africa go past, Argentina in the pits. As you can see there, as Italy fly past them. There they are. Wonder what's going on with them. There must be certain issues with that car. South Korea fighting it out with Switzerland. Now, how fast are these guys going down this long straight? It's hard to tell, really, because if they're doing 180 the same as Italy, then there's definitely something going on with that car, that South African car. 176. 176. Wow. Okay, and I agree. Yeah, South Africa must have better ratings on road courses, because it would be good to see. Because the next race is, what is the next race? Talladega is the next race. So it'll be interesting to see who's got the fastest car on that track. There's Scotland out on their own. Now we've got a bit of a pack going on here. China, Iran, Sweden and the Dutch. Not much overtaking on this track, I've noticed. But again, I haven't played with the INI file because I literally was preparing this for the Piston Cup. But I've had to throw it in tonight because of Charlotte Roval not working. But I will email the guys and let them know. And as we have a blue and white little party going on here, Israel. And that is Greece, Israel and Greece. Blue and white cars. There is the Russians flying down there. How fast is that car going down that straight? Let's have a look. 170, 175, 180, 181. 181. That car is going 181 miles per hour. Italy were doing it at 180. So why are they there? Handling must be an issue. Got to be. So with America, Canada, England, France have overtaken the English by the looks of things. And now they've got their eyes set on Wales, who seem to be holding up this pack by the looks of things. There's Poland, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Portugal, and Jamaica and Italy. Jamaica, let's see how fast they're going behind the Italians. Now, I swear I just saw Russia do 181 miles per hour. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost certain that that's what they were doing. So Jamaica come down this back straight now. Will they have enough to get past? No, they're not going to have. There's too much of a gap there to get past the Italians. But look at that speed. And let's see what goes on with Jamaica. 165, 167, 170. We're on 175. We are getting to 180, 181, 182. Now, is that because they have the slipstream? Is that because they have the slipstream behind Italy as they're looking to overtake them and get that second place? South Africa now 22.67 in front. Jamaica are fighting out of Italy over second place. They've left, who was that behind? They've left Portugal for dust, and they are now fighting out for second, just between these two, as Italy seem to have more control around the corners than the Jamaicans. Jamaicans' straight line speed seems to be a lot better than Italy, as we know, done 180, but I'm going to keep an eye on that speed up there, because I want to see if that was just a blip, if they're doing 181, 182 as well. Because I swear their averages are all very similar, so this shouldn't be happening in a sense, but their averages aren't the same. They're just very similar. So, as I said, maybe South Africa have a better road course abilities or attributes. Is that the word? Attributes? As they come around this nice sweeping bend. I do like this track, but I think I'm going to have to mess around with the Iron Eye file before the Piston Cup, just to get them a bit closer together. Maybe get some drafting going on. No cautions yet. We are on lap 15 of 59. Now we're watching that top speed at the top of you just joined us. We're looking to see how fast Italy are going, because they're so far behind South Africa. It's actually beginning to be a bit of a joke. 176, 177, 178, 178. Wow. They're not even hitting 180 now. Are they giving up? Have they just had enough? Are they not interested anymore? South Africa's still holding the fastest lap. But it just seems to me that maybe Italy are just not pushing themselves to catch the South Africans. Let's ride on board the South Africans and see what's going on inside. So, as you can see, South Africa have caught up with Northern Ireland and they are about to get lapped, unfortunately. Excuse me, I'm about to cough. I'm very sorry about that. My voice is starting to go, I think. South Africa way close to Northern Ireland, as something went a bit wrong there. I think Northern Ireland were going to go one way and South Africa were going to go the other, 182 miles an hour. Was that 182? Wow. South Africa are quick as they come down this nice sweeping turn to overlap Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland have not slowed them down any bit at all. So that's the first back marker they've hit, and it's not troubled them at all. We're on lap 17. We've still not had any pits. This is a very big long track. I'm starting to realise how long this track is, because we are only on lap 17, but it feels like we've been here for a while. Perhaps it's just me yabbering on as usual. I will shut up. So, South Korea, if you've just joined us, South Korea, sorry, I do apologise. South Africa are absolutely smashing this race, just like they did at Watkins Glen. Their road course abilities are incredible, I've got to say. Absolutely incredible. We've had no cautions yet. So I'm guessing it will be a clean race, but never can say never, because as you can see on the screen, South Africa are now catching up with other back markers, and not just one. We're looking at 5, 6 maybe back markers, which could cause them issues, because now they're going to have to realise that they're going to have to overtake these guys, and these guys know that how far ahead South Africa are. So are they just going to move out the way for them, or are they going to cause them issues to try and help out Italy as they come to Finland, the first back marker, as Nigeria are there, Switzerland are there. Switzerland, oh, nearly, Switzerland, nearly, sorry, Turkey, nearly hitting South Africa there as we come down this back straight. South Africa marching past the Turkish, looking at that possibility of a Brazil-Switzerland double overtake. But I don't think it's going to happen before they get to that turn. No, they're going to have to slow down. But it's going to happen. Look, it's going to happen. South Africa, Brazil move out the way. And Switzerland doing a Turkey by the looks of things, trying to cut off any breathing space that South Africa have. But no, South Africa are too quick, and Switzerland no. But no, Switzerland is still giving them a little fight. They don't want to be on that back lap. Could South Africa, guys, honestly, do you think we have, what, 39 laps to go or so? Do you think South Africa could overlap Italy? Do you think they're that fast? Do you think this could happen? Are we going to see history in the making where the first place car in a race overtakes second place car? Is this something that is a possibility? Are we going to see it, or are they just going to miss out as there are not enough laps for them? Because I bet if we made this the full lap race, I really do believe that they could overlap Italy. I've just received that Discord link. I shall look that up and I'll go over that, because I am interested to see how well that race was, and maybe we'll show it on one of the streams. But we need to get this Nation Cups finished by Friday, because the Piston Cup starts Saturday. We've got the Formula 1 on Sunday, but maybe if the way things are going in the world, maybe we'll leave the Nations Cup until next week, maybe, but I don't know. Let's see how things go. It's Thursday tomorrow, we've got Talladega tomorrow, and I was hoping to do Indy on Friday. So South Africa are now coming up to South Korea, and I can't see who that is yet. In front of them it's Croatia, so they're coming up to South Korea and Croatia to lap them as well. Let's go to the full standings as we are on lap 20. So South Africa 27 seconds in front of Italy. Now I may start calling them Lewis Hamilton, because that's the sort of things he does. 29 seconds. I do apologise. Italy second, Jamaica third, Portugal fourth, Saudi Arabia fifth, Mexico sixth, Poland in seventh. France are now up into 8th place. We're missing out that action back there. We're watching this action at the front, looking to see how South Africa are going to cope with all these back markers they're coming up against. England in 10th, Canada in 11th, Panama in 12th. Go down to the bottom. Argentina are out. They are officially out of the race. They are no more. South Korea and Croatia will join Switzerland, Brazil, Turkey, Nigeria, Finland and Northern Ireland on that back lap. Hi Fork Road, how are you this evening? I hope you're well. You are about to witness some history in NASCAR. Well, NASCAR racing, I suppose. South Africa are literally, if you just joined us, 29 seconds in front of second place. It is like watching Watkins Glen all over again. Wreckfest is done loading. What was that, 4 days? 3 days? Wow. Now you got to play it. and you got to play it good, because once you start playing that game, you can't stop. It is so addictive, especially on PC, because there's so many mods. It's unbelievable. It just goes on and on. So good fun. Wreckfest. I might play that actually tomorrow, maybe, instead of Talladega. What do you think, guys? Wreckfest or Nations Cup tomorrow? What's your thinking? So Morocco and Panama fighting it out here, with Japan just behind them, eyeing up a potential middle move there. Look at that. That's something I've never seen. Morocco moving out the way. Is there issues there with their car? No pits as of yet. We are on lap 21, and Brian says the Nations Cup. Brian says the Nations Cup. Fork Road says Wreckfest. Interesting. Maybe we will do a Wreckfest stream and a Nations Cup stream. Or maybe we'll just do a Nations Cup stream and get it out of the way, because it is Talladega and I've been looking forward to Talladega for a long time, especially the track I'm using. Let's hope it works, because Charlotte Roval didn't work earlier. And I've got to say, I'm going to admit to you, I did have problems with it once before. And I took it out of the last season's Piston Cup because it had issues. But I thought they'd fixed it, but they obviously haven't. So there's definitely issues with Charlotte Roval, unfortunately. And it may be something to do with the fact I'm using cup cars and not the right cars for the track, maybe, I don't know. I'm going to have to email the guys over there and see what they say. You are right, Wreckfest. Watching Wreckfest is pretty boring, actually, I've got to say. It does get a bit boring after a while, because it's literally the same. Smashing, smashing, smashing. Nothing changes. But then it's like this race. This race, nothing's really happened in this race. We are not really watching much going on, especially at the front. As we go to Italy, there is Northern Ireland about to get lapped by Italy. Where is South Africa? There's South Africa about to lap Scotland. South Africa are now 30 seconds ahead of Italy. Scotland look in their rearview mirror and are starting to think, wow, these South Africans are quick. They are proper quick. Lap 22, still no pit stops. Would this be the opportune moment for South Africa to do that? Could they now possibly get a pit stop in, maybe? 160, 165, 170. What they're going to do when they come to that break in 180. So South Africa, by the looks of things, are slowing up. Would that be because of their tyres, or are they saving fuel? And we have a pit stop. We have a pit stop. South Africa are going in the pits to make a pit stop. Where are they going in the pits? That 22 car, where is it going to stop? Is it going to stop at the front of the pits? I doubt it. We have... There you go. They are coming in the pits. As they come in, how long is this going to be? Are Italy going to fly past? Let's watch. Keep a lookout for Italy. Are they going to... Here they come. Italy and Jamaica are coming past South Africa. As they go past, look at that. Incredible. Italy and Jamaica finally get past South Africa. There they are. Now, this will change things. Will these guys now go into the pits? Italy now leading this race. They had a 30-second gap, South Africa, and that one pit stop changed all of that. Wow. Now this changes things, because pit stops are about to happen by the looks of things. South Africa took the first pot shot at it. Are the Italians going to follow or are they going to try and extend this lead? Yeah, I do like NASCAR Heat 4. I do find it a little bit easy though, so I've put the settings on ultra hard for my streaming of it. In fact, I might do a stream of that tomorrow afternoon. I've done one the other day. I haven't done one for a while. I do like that game. Me and my son play that a lot. NASCAR Heat 4. It's definitely the best one so far. They've really listened to the buyers of the game for once. So here we go. Italy. Will Italy and Jamaica, Saudi Arabia all pit? Or will they carry on a lap and give South Africa a race? Because South Africa are now going to have to race to catch up with Italy. Because Italy are now going in the pits. You're right, Brian. They are going in the pits, which means South Africa, there they are. South Africa are there. They weren't that far behind, were they? Look at this. Look, watch. There's Scotland there. Here we go. South Africa. There they are, back in first place. You were right, Brian. You were right. So they smashed out an incredible lap, Italy, but just couldn't stay out any longer. Tyres were obviously bad. Cars were slowing down, as we saw. South Africa are now on fresh tyres. Does that mean they are going to smash that whip and beat that 182 miles per hour? Let's watch that speed at the top. Canadian Tire. I've not done Canadian Tire. And will there be one more pit stop at the end? Potential, yes. Lap 24. When did they go? When did South Africa go in? Lap 22, wasn't it? So maybe there is potential for another pit stop as they come down this straight. Let's look at their speed. What are they doing? Now they have fresh tyres, but they're heavier because they have more fuel, don't forget. So 176 was that? 177? So they have got more fuel on them, so that's probably why. And they probably also know they haven't got to push it because they're now so far ahead of the 22 car. There you go, as they go over the start-finish line. Sorry, the number 14 car of Italy. So let's find out where the Italians are. See, they're going down that back straight now. They've got fresh tyres, fresh fuel. We want to see what time, because it was 30 seconds ahead, South Africa were, before they pitted. So let's see what that distance is now. Italy have pitted as well. As they come around the last bend before the start finish line, we want to see that time. What is the difference? We've been running for 52 minutes. 37 seconds! Wow! And it's not Italy that is second. It is the 19 car that is second, which is Portugal. Portugal are now second in this race, which means they had a fantastic pit stop. Italy are now third. Jamaica are in fourth. Wow, Portugal. But, Portugal, you are 37 seconds behind. Do you have the minerals to catch up with South Africa? As South Africa now outsmart the Chinese by smashing themselves down that straight. Let's look at their speed. Are they getting any faster? Wow, 181, 182, 183, 184 miles an hour, guys. Did you see that? 184 miles per hour. They are now pushing that car. Will that car blow up? You think they'll pit on lap 48, Brian? Okay. I'm sort of in agreement with you there. I think it'll be 48, 49 maybe. 22 he went in, didn't he, South Africa? So, sorry, I keep saying he. It could be a she driving. Lap 22. So I reckon it'll be lap 44. Let's put some. We won't put any money on that. You can't see the speed. Did you not see it? Did you not see it? I did put it down. It was 184 miles an hour. Ticket in way up top. Here you go. I've put it down now. So they're gonna come to that straight in a minute, and then hopefully we are gonna get 184 again, so I can prove it, because it has definitely happened. Here we go now. Here we go. 120, 130, 140, 160, 170, 174. Whoa, look at this. 186, Brian. 186. That car is on fire. Fire. And we have a yellow flag. So what has happened? Let's go right round the track. Do apologise, it's going to look messy, but we have to find what went on. Anything? No, I can't see anything's happened. There's no smoke now. Spain are there. Let's have a look. Let's go back. So let's watch. Let's see what happens here then. If it's something really bad, really boring, I'm not going to be happy. So they just stopped. So engine conks out. And they just stop, and then the yellow comes out. Wow. So that's why we have a yellow flag, guys. That is why we have a yellow flag, and it's all because Spain conked out. Let's go to South Africa, who are now behind the pace car. And let's see now. Wow. So, South Africa were 50 seconds in front of Portugal, okay? 50 seconds. We have a yellow flag. I need to put that up. Guess what, guys? We are now going to have a restart. South Africa have lost that 50-second gap. They are now going to have to build that up again. But it gives Portugal, Italy and Jamaica an opportunity to maybe work together and try to outsmart the South Africans. Or is that car just too fast? We are on a caution here, guys. We are on a caution. If you've just joined us, let's take a look. We are on lap 28. Are Spain now out of the race? Not yet. That engine did pucker out, but they've not ceased the race yet. Portugal in second, Italy in third, and I hope South Africa, in a way, I don't want them to, because I know they're doing so well and I know they want to defend this championship, but I just hope that someone takes them over just to make a race of it, because that would be funny. Their reliability on that engine must be amazing in the ratings as well, because They're pushing that car 186. Brian saw it. I saw it. You guys must have seen it as well. Guy, who else is watching? Show yourself. Fork Rose watching. You must have seen the 186 miles an hour. So surely that engine must be being pushed to the limit. They're not going back in the pits, which is shocking because I thought they might, because then they wouldn't have to go back in later. On around that 47, 48, or perhaps they will, but the lights of the pace car have gone off. So what does that mean? We are restarting this race, but we don't have Portugal or Italy anywhere near the South Africans, so we are going to restart this race without the other guys catching up, which I feel is a bit unfair. This pace car should be slowing them down to let these cars catch up. There's Italy and Jamaica up there, and Portugal. So why is this happening? This is very odd. Iran are nowhere in second, so if you just joined us, completely ignore that. You're playing Wreckfest right now. Oh man, gutted. Play it till later, so then I'll come along and have a watch. Okay, so this race is about to get restarted. I'm going to put the yellow flag away because it looks like we're going to single file start by the looks of things. I now want to come and watch you play Wreckfest, so I'm a bit jealous. But this should be interesting because we're about to restart. The green flag's about to come out. And we're restarting. We are restarting single file, guys. No double file restart. No chance for Italy or Portugal or Jamaica to even get close to South Africa, which I think is unfair. They're 1 second behind, but they've got traffic in front of them. Now, is that normal NASCAR etiquette, guys? Is that something that would normally happen? Last time I done a road race with double file restarts was yesterday, wasn't it? Watkins Glen, and they double filed. I'm sure they did. And Italy caught up with the South Africans. I'm sure that's what happened. I can't remember. But this is just very weird. South Africa, well, surely they've got the win now. I thought that pace car coming out would have let Italy and Jamaica catch up with these guys and giving them a race, but that's not going to happen. So here's Portugal. They are in second place, I think. They should be. You're right, aren't you? You're right. They should be doing double file restarts. Now I'm starting to wonder if it's because... Yeah, let's check. Let's check when they go over the start-finish line and see what happens. Because are Portugal still in second? Surely they must be. Let's have a look. They're coming round now to the start-finish line. Croatia are definitely lapped cars, 100%. As we go over the start-finish line, Portugal are 6 seconds behind now. So no, that they should have had a double file restart, and I know full well it's in the options that I set it. So perhaps this track is this track is a NASCAR track, isn't it? It is a NASCAR track. It's been used in the past as a NASCAR track. As we got some dust there, someone went off briefly. So odd, very odd, guys. South Africa streaming ahead again. No problem for them at all. Lap 30. No one went in the pits on that caution. Will we have another pit stop now, as they've managed to save their tyres and their fuel during that brief slow spell? Yeah, when did they use this track then? 'Cause it's an old track, isn't it? And I'm guessing they don't use it now, obviously. which is a bit of a shame because it's quite a nice track, very open. Portugal and Italy passing the back traffic, and Mexico there, Jamaica struggling to get past Croatia. Portugal know they've got no chance of winning this race, but they do know that a second place would bump them up the table. And they demolished it. It's demolished, is it? No way! Don't tell me. I bet there's houses on it. They build houses anywhere. If they can find a bit of land, they'll build a house on it. Do you know, in this country, I don't know if you know this, but in the UK, they're building... I'm just going to say this now, just to get it out, but we have a thing over here, like you probably have. We have a thing called floodplains. Now, if anywhere like rivers and that floods, the floodplains are used for an overfill. So when the river floods, it goes into the floodplains. Okay? Now, I know everywhere in the world has these things. They may be called something different. But here they're called floodplains, right? Now, they're just a field where all the water goes because they're under sort of sea level sort of thing, below sea level. They're building houses in this country, right? In the UK. Got no land left, but except for these low level plains. So, the government's thought, brilliant. We'll build on them. We'll put houses on them. What could go wrong? There's land. It's there to be used. It's there to be abused. So what did they do? They built loads of houses on them. And then, a couple of winters ago, this country went through a terrible storm, about 3 or 4 months. Lashes and lashes of rain. Guess what happened? All them houses got flooded. And I mean flooded. Up to the stairs in water, some of them. Awful. Absolutely awful. And do you know what they learnt from that, the government? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They continued to do it, and they still continue to do it. Building on floodplains. Because they do believe that if they build the rivers up, they won't flood. Bit of a lesson there for you guys. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. And we are going to get to the fact of Mexico are now overtaking Portugal and Jamaica. So Mexico are now putting their hand in this race. They have a fast car, Mexico, and they bottled it last time round. Do you remember? They were in first all the way. You live in the US. Yes, I know. I remember you saying, yeah, I live in the UK. I am in the UK. Near London. Guildford, place called Guildford. Same. So they're building on floodplains there. Yeah, I thought they would. It's just madness. Completely madness. I just don't know what's wrong with this world at the moment. Any moment, really. The last 10 years, this world's just lost the plot. The government just seems to do what they want. They don't care who they hurt. As long as they make money, that's all that counts. So Mexico now overtaking South Korea, but we have Italy up in second place now, and where South Africa, they're way out and 13 seconds ahead. We're on lap 32. You're in Stevenage. Okay, my dad used to work in Stevenage for a company called, bear with me, Vendustrial, yeah. They used to be associated with a company called Vending and Catering. It used to be around here. Vending and Catering brought out Vendustrial, but I think they're both gone now, so don't worry about that. But Stevenage Football Club, I've been there to watch my local team play, Aldershot. Good days, good days. Or, as you guys like to call it in America, soccer. I do apologise. So, we have been running for 1 hour and 8 seconds to be exact. We're on lap 33. We are coming to the closing stages of this race. And I'm guessing we will see another pit stop. Well, I guess we'll see another pit stop. I'm hoping we will. But I don't think it's going to make any difference to these guys here. South Africa and the South African team are doing very, very well. Second race on the trot. But let's be honest, guys. You've been following this as much as I have. And we all know that the last... Watkins Glen, the race before that, South Africa got knocked out of the way by Argentina. Do you remember? Was it Argentina or Australia? I don't know. And then the race before that, South Africa didn't finish, but they were at the front. So technically, South Africa have been pushing for a win for ages, and they got it at Watkins Glen, and they're going to get it today. So they're doing a double win. Where is us in the race? Where's England in the race? Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. We are the number 1 car. We are in 11th. 11th place. Let's go back and have a look. It's Canada. There's America. I love that American car. I love the way I've done that flag. The stars and stripes. Love them. There's South Korea, Scotland, Morocco, Croatia. They're all back markers. And there is England fighting it out with Germany. Their old friends from the good old days. The old foe. Germany and England fighting it out for 10th place, because Germany are in 10th. There you go. So come on, England, we're rooting for you. Me and the guy are rooting for you, but we have 2 fellas watching this stream who I guarantee you will be rooting for the Americans, who are officially in 7th place, just behind their next door neighbours, Canada, who are in 6th place. Doing well, Canada. Portugal now down in 5th after that brief spell at the front. Jamaica in 4th place. Mexico are in 3rd, so they are looking for a podium. China, one of the back markers. There is Italy down in 2nd, now overtaking back marker Iran. It's taken them a while. Italy came 2nd in Watkins Glen. They're looking to come 2nd again here at the Riverside Raceway, which I'm now been told has been demolished and houses are now on it. Very, very upsetting. What a lovely track. What such a shame that they've done that. Such a shame. But they're doing it in this country as well. If especially banger racing, or demolition derby racing, as it's called in America. Over here we call it banger racing, stock car racing, and they are literally crashing down tracks and putting houses on them. I think Bellevue's one of them. Birmingham's gone recently, and I think Wimbledon's gone as well now, which is such a shame. Arena Essex as well, they're building on over here. So we are losing tracks here as well. It's not good. USA and Canada seem to run together often. Yeah, I've noticed that actually. They seem to finish very similar together. Perhaps they're helping each other out. Perhaps there's a secret pact they've got, a bit like the Freemasons, you know. Perhaps they're shaking hands together and decided, right, we'll look after you if you look after us. We have Talladega, hopefully tomorrow night, and we have Indianapolis on Friday, which is the final race. So we've only got 2 more races after this, unfortunately. Then Saturday we start the Piston Cup at Daytona Beach, and that's not Daytona, that is actually the Daytona Beach from the 50s, the 40s and 50s. We are going to put the Piston Cup races on that track, which should be fun. I think it's 50 laps, which should be interesting. And then Sunday we have Bahrain for the Formula 1 second round championship, which should be interesting. Lewis Hamilton won last time. He will be gunning to win again, I'm sure, just like South Africa are here. And speak of the South Africans, they are going down that back straight, hitting 183 that time. Not 186. Obviously saving their tyres, saving their fuel. No need to push it anymore. They know what they've done, and they know they've got this in the bag. You saw Formula 1 race at Silverstone. Yep, awesome. I love Silverstone. Have you ever been to Santa Pod up at Northampton? Santa Pod is amazing. Really good fun. And then you got Rockingham, which was used for NASCAR, I think, which was the European version of NASCAR. I think it's called Whelan now or something. But I think they hold that now at Brands Hatch, I believe. So South Africa have this whole track to themselves. They're not letting anything get in the way of them. They are very, very happy indeed. As we see the eye in the sky, it's just showing us that they have what a gap they've got. And look at them camper vans. I bet they are very safe during the corona crisis. Yes, Rockingham has closed, isn't it? It is still there though. They've not built in it, have they? Because there's potential for the European NASCAR to go there, I've heard recently. Not sure if that's true. No longer, no longer, not anymore. We are completely on lockdown. Airports only flying allowed for special reasons. If you need to get back to this country or need to get out of the country basically, and you have a good enough excuse. But otherwise everything is on lockdown. Supermarkets are open for shopping. Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Asda, or it's called Walmart in America, obviously we call it Asda here. Costco's open, but they're only open for certain hours a day, and they're only open to so many people at a time. It's very, very on lockdown. But I don't know if you've seen the British news. People are still using the underground here, and when I mean they're using it, they are using it to a fact of it's overcrowded as normal. But they've now decided to put police and security down there to stop that happening. But they did find out that a lot of them people were night workers that were just making their way home from like hospital shifts and stuff. So again, they've got to be careful. Now there is something new that's coming up. Taxi drivers. There's 30,000 London taxi drivers without work now because of this coronavirus. So now the government are now considering paying these taxi drivers to ferry the people around that are using the underground to keep them safe from harm's way. So that could be something that maybe New York may implement soon. New York, I've heard, it's spreading like a bullet. That's what we were told this morning. The coronavirus is spreading like a bullet through New York. Don't know if that's true, because obviously you can't believe everything you read in the media or see or hear. My favourite NASCAR track, what on the real schedule, on this schedule, and the real schedule. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I do like Bristol. It's one of them tracks you love to hate. You just got to love it, but at the same time you got to hate it. Because it's such a master. You've got to be such a master at that track. I'm going to say... you know, I'm old-fashioned. I like Daytona. I do like the fastness of Daytona. Not so keen on Pocono, actually. Not so keen on Pocono. What's your favourite track on the circuit? Yeah, I've heard New York's really bad. Spain has had a massive, massive jump in fatalities today. And I do think... Europe as such is had the brunt of it, and I think it's going to start calming down by the end of this weekend. And now I'm afraid to say this, but I think America's now going to get the full brunt. It seems to be sweeping across the globe from right to left. I don't know if you've noticed that, but from China it's sort of sweeping leftwards. If you look at a map from a bird's eye view, it seems to be sweeping towards America. Doing a loop basically backwards, which is very alarming because America east side is now going to get it, or is now getting it, which means it's only a matter of time before it hits mid America and then West America, which would be pretty scary. So it's already hit California already. Wow, and Louisiana. Such a shame. It's just so awful. what's going on in the world at the moment. But we've just got to keep on lockdown. We've got to stay inside, and we really have to listen to our governments, which is, for me, a hard thing to do, because I'm a very, very, what's the word? Conspiracy theorist. I'll say that. That's what I am. I do believe things happen for a reason, but I do also believe that a lot of things are created. So shall I say? Dover is a good one, and Bristol, yeah, Dover. It's like Bristol on steroids. Yeah, you are right. Richmond's a good one as well. Richmond's good. I do like that, and I do think they should bring back Iowa, because that is a good track to watch. So there is Italy in second place. Let's go to the scores on the doors and have a look what's going on then. So South Africa 21 seconds ahead on lap 39. We've got 20 laps to go of this very long race. And honestly, if you guys want to go off and do whatever you need to do, by all means go, do it, you know. But we are on a quarantine everywhere, so there is probably not much to do. A lot of DIY. The missus seems to be getting me to do a lot of DIY today. But she did cook a lovely dinner, so I am very grateful for that. We had hot dogs and chips, or in America, hot dogs and fries, which was lovely. And I think she's watching a film right now whilst we watch this race play out. Yeah, things do happen as planned. I do believe things are planned out. I don't know if you've seen on Facebook, there's a thing going around at the moment about a film on Netflix. I don't know if you've got Netflix. There's a film on Netflix. Can't remember what it's called, but it was brought out just before Christmas, around November time. It's a Chinese film with subtitles, and the film starts talking about a coronavirus that may start in the film, obviously. And then all of a sudden, December sort of time, was it in real life, China started going public with a coronavirus. So you sort of got to wonder, it's a bit of conspiracy there. Was China sort of trying to tell us anyway before, or was they trying to warn us that something was going to happen, something big was going to happen? Or again, is this a government way of controlling the public? Are they fed up with the way the world's being run, so they decided, right, we're going to control you all, we're going to shut you all away, we're going to count numbers, we're going to get rid of all the old people because we can't afford to pay their pensions, and we're going to restart. That's just, you know, that has been mentioned. Get rid of the old people, don't have to pay their pensions anymore, save a lot of money. Very sad fact, that. Sad thing to say, I know, and a very horrible thing to say, but that has been going around here a lot in this country. That has been said a lot. And I'm not just saying that through friends and family. People in the celebrity world, newsreaders, have all mentioned that. So, you know, it's not just me that has a conspiracy theory about all this. I'd like to see Road America, and I'd like to see, I know it's a strange one, don't get me started, I'd like to see Laguna Seca, and I'd love to see NASCAR do Le Mans. I would love to see that. 24-hour NASCAR race at Le Mans. Could you imagine Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, all the top guys, even Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming back for a 24-hour NASCAR Le Mans? I think that would be awesome. Even if they didn't do it at Le Mans, maybe do it at Watkins Glen. 24-hour Watkins Glen race. Final race of the season, 24 hours. Epic. So we've come to the back of the grid to see what's going on, because watching South Africa is boring me, actually. I'm not going to lie. It's boring me. They're just so far ahead now, 24 seconds ahead. We're at the back of the grid with Brazil, Colombia, their neighbours, and Sweden. There is the Dutch with Turkey and Croatia. The Dutch having an appalling season, really. I thought they were going to do so well. But again, I've not checked their ratings. All the ratings are randomised, so I randomised them at the beginning of the last season and left them. So maybe beginning of next season, maybe we should randomise them. Maybe that could be an idea. Let's go back to South Africa, because Brian has just mentioned something, that pit stops could be potentially around the corner. So I want to see if they go in on lap 42, maybe 43, maybe. Brian thinks 48 they will go in. They'd have to split the drivers, you're right, for a 24-hour. They would be too tired. Or perhaps this could be an opportunity, a 24-hour NASCAR race, right? You have Kyle Busch, and then you have 2 rookies with him that are potential, so they're in Xfinity maybe. 2 drivers from Xfinity, and they take it in turns. How cool would that be? And then we'd see how good these rookies are, because they could make a mockery of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch could be lapping, in the 140s or whatever, 120s at Watkins Glen or whatever, and the Xfinity guys or the rookie guys could come along and beat that. So it could have potential repercussions for the pros. It could show that these guys at Xfinity can play with the big boys, and the rookies can play with the big boys. I'd love to see a 24-hour NASCAR race. I'd love to do it on here and as live stream, but it just wouldn't happen. I don't think my computer could take it. So we are looking to see if South Africa are going to come in on lap 42 to do a pit stop, or are they going to wait to lap 48 like Brian says. And yes, Brian, I did read what you said. And they are lap 42, so 20 laps later, they have gone into the pits. So we are on a 2-pit strategy from the leaders. Does that mean everyone else is doing the same thing? Will Italy come round and overtake them again and take the lead as they come into the pits? Are they going to get tyres or just fuel? They are getting tyres, and they will definitely get some fuel, but no Italy in sight. We can see a car moving, coming round. I think South Africa is going to get straight back out in front. Or are Italy pitting as well? They are. Italy are pitting at the same time this time. They are not holding off a lap. They are going straight in. Italy come in the pits as Croatia, Iran, Russia go by. Jamaica come in as well. Looks like Mexico there. So all the top front runners are coming in the pits. Will it make a difference? I don't think so. I think this race has already been sort of certified as a South African win, as they head back up the hill to go back down again. Ah, yeah, you're right. The caution came out, didn't it? So things have changed. Ah, good shout there, Brian. Did not see that one. See? You're a NASCAR legend, so you know these things. I don't. And yeah, that would be cool. Could you imagine if you had a 24-hour NASCAR race, and say, for instance, this is just an example, Kyle Busch, Valentino Rossi, and Lewis Hamilton in the same team, in one car. But, hear me out. It's a 24-hour race, right? It's split into three chapters, so shall we say, right? NASCAR goes last. The first is a motorbike, so it's Valentino Rossi. Second, Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes. Then the NASCARs come out for the last 12 hours, say, for instance, or whatever, 6 hours, I don't know. How cool would that be? So the first, I don't know, 8 hours or 7 hours would be motorbikes, and then the next few hours would be Formula 1, and then the next few hours would be NASCAR. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? No, that wouldn't happen. But yeah, I could imagine other sports cars. I think hasn't Lewis Hamilton driven a NASCAR? Didn't he drive, or was that Vettel? I can't remember. I know one of them has. They swapped, didn't they? Didn't Jimmy Johnson swap his NASCAR for Lewis Hamilton's McLaren, was it? Or was it Mercedes? I can't remember. And Lewis Hamilton's shocked at how much power these NASCARs had. He was actually shocked. I think what shocked him most was the fact that he actually had to drive the car. He was actually under the impression that a computer was going to drive the car for him, like a Formula 1 car. So that's probably what shocked him the most. He actually had to realise he actually had to earn some money and actually do some work rather than just sit behind a computer and make it look like he's doing something. I shouldn't say that. I do like Formula 1. I'm sorry, Formula 1 fans. I do watch Indy, but not that much. It was Tony Stewart, was it? Okay. I don't watch Indy that much, no. I do watch a couple. I watched the Indy 500, and especially will do this year because Alonso's in it. That's if it goes ahead, of course. So here we are, South Africa, lap 44, are way out in front, and it looks like Poland are in second. We haven't gone back over start-finish line yet, but they haven't gone in, have they? So there's Wales. Wales are in 7th place. Panama in 6th. China, they're being lapped. They've been lapped, and it looks like the number 18 car of Poland are in 2nd place. Now, have they not pitted then? There's South Africa. Again, not much is going on around the track. Let's go for a little spin. All the cars are well and truly spread out now. There's the Dutch. I do love that orange livery. Jimmy Johnson swapped with Alonso. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Alonso in the Indy again. Should be interesting. Let's hope he actually, he wants to win it. Because then doesn't that mean he's won a race in NASCAR, a race in Formula 1 and a race in Indy? Is that right? Is that the record he's going for? There is America and Canada together again. Not holding hands though, they're a bit too far apart. Perhaps they're doing their coronavirus so many feet apart. There's Portugal. There is Mexico, Jamaica. And there is the 14 car of Italy, who look like they're running in 17th. Now, is that correct? We will see when they come down past the start-finish line. Let's see how fast they're going. We are on lap 45. We have been running for 1 hour and 32 minutes of this race. We want to see what speed they're hitting. 179, 180, just 181 I think that was. 180 maybe. Going down there. Okay, so he wants Le Mans, Monaco and Indy, I see. So them guys are now going in the pits. Italy go past. Where does that put Italy? Does that put them back in 2nd? Puts them in 4th place, which means Poland, the number 18 car, is in 2nd. There's Finland. There is South Africa. So where is the number 11 car? Anyone? Anyone seen it? It says the number. There it is. So they're definitely not 3rd. Not now. Definitely not 3rd. It will be Jamaica, I guess. Or Mexico. Where's South Africa? There's South Africa. Hello, South Africa. Social distancing. That's what I was thinking. Social distancing. So there you go, guys. That is the answer to this race. The reason why South Africa are so far ahead is because they're social distancing away from everyone else to make sure they don't catch the coronavirus. So we're on lap 47. South Africa coming up to some back markers. This race has been a bit one-sided, I believe. South Africa have really smashed this one out today. 34 seconds ahead of Italy, who are now back in second place. Let's go find them. Where are they? There they are. They're back in second. They will be happy with a second place finish, I'm sure. There is Jamaica, Mexico, and there is Portugal. So back with South Africa. Let's have a look where the Americans are. Our cousins over the water. There they are. Number 39 is in 8th place, just behind Canada, just in front of Morocco. There they are. They're not distancing themselves from Morocco, but they are from Canada. I don't think they will do any better than that now. I think they will be stuck in maybe 8th, 9th. Morocco getting rather close. So they could potentially lose that place, that position. We are running at 1 hour and 36 minutes, guys. This is probably the longest race on the calendar we have had. At 48 of 49. Let's go on board with the Americans with 11 to go next time round. Thank you, Brian. We will go on board with the Americans for our American cousins that are watching. Wow, America did 182 down there then. 182 down that straight. So sitting with the Canadians, as you can see, America behind. Quite a way away in the social distancing respects. There's Portugal way ahead of Canada. Way ahead as we come up to the turn in. Portugal slowing down, but again they've got this advantage when they leap off back down the straight. There you go. There is who's this? Mexico. We are with Mexico. Number 37 car. Jamaica 36. They are 36 car, sorry, they're in third on the podium. They'll be very happy with that, getting a podium spot. There is Italy as we hit lap 50. With 10 more laps to go. We are on with Italy, Finland, Switzerland, these are Nigerians, Northern Ireland, struggling as usual. Brazil, Croatia, And there we have South Africa leading this race, 36 seconds. They've not reached the pinnacle heights of 50 seconds. But we have a lot of cars on 2 laps behind as the South Africans overtake Turkey to lap them as well. Lap 50. We are counting down, 10 to go. This is going to be an epic finish or not. Very, very, very easy race for the South Africans. Let's hope when we get to Talladega it's a bit more exciting maybe. Maybe someone will give the South Africans a run for their money. They need to win every single race now to even have a chance of winning this championship. Last time I looked, they were 12th in the league. The website will be updated tomorrow. The website is in the top right hand corner of your screen. It will be updated. I didn't update it from the last race, I do apologise, Watkins Glen, but it will be updated tomorrow, hopefully before Talladega. So you will see the live table. You will obviously see it at the end of this race as well. If you want mods or anything, there are some links to some mods on my website. And there's also the Formula 1 Championship table and last season's Piston Cup table. If you are a Piston Cup Disney Cars fan, this season coming up, we have a lot of new cars. We have Cal Weathers, Chick Hicks has retired, and so is the King, and so are many others. We've got about 5 or 6 drivers that have continued to race, and the rest of them are all rookies. So this new season will be interesting, very interesting. Lightning McQueen's got a new paintwork. So it's going to be fun. And we have 20 races in the Piston Cup. 20 races. And we're starting with Daytona Beach. That should be a good one. How fast are South Africa doing now? They've worn their tyres a little bit. Petrol subsided. Or the fuel. Or the gas. 181, 82, 83, 84, 85, 85, 185 miles an hour as they go into lap 52, or to start lap 52. Wow, I thought Scotland were going to take them out then. I thought South Africa were going to go the same way as Scotland did and have a bit of an epic crash. South Africa backed off. They've backed off from Scotland. Perhaps they got a little bit worried then and thought maybe we'll back off from Scotland. Perhaps they're going to stop us from overlapping them again. I don't know, that was a bit weird, that one, wasn't it? AI went a bit crazy. I swear I saw the middle finger come out from Scotland, out the window, but out the netting, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Did you see it? How cool would that be if you just saw a middle finger come out of one of the windows now from Scotland? Just imagine it with a 2-finger salute. Yeah, get out of my way, boy. Yeah, just imagine it. How funny would that be? That needs to be made as a mod. You need to be able to swear at other drivers just by hand signals, you know? The over 18 version of NR 2003. South Africa got clean air. Can they do better than 186? So we'll look 175, 176, 78, 9, 8. No, 182. Yeah, they're definitely slowing up. Saving their tyres, saving their fuel. No need to push it anymore. They know they're well ahead. They're going into lap 53. You know, they've got 7 laps to go. They are just pacing themselves. No need to rush. There is Italy. Again, they are on their own, 38 seconds behind. 180 miles an hour they hit then, coming down that back straight. There is Jamaica, not far behind them. To be fair, not that far. Only, 38, maybe, 7 seconds behind? Not too bad. Maths is not good. Mexico. There's Portugal, had the lead for a little bit, and as we can see, we've got a race with America now. Now, I could be wrong here. I did say that America may have to concede the fact that they've got to stay where they are, but after leaving Morocco behind, they're now fighting it out with their next door neighbours, the Canadians. And can Canada defend that 6th place position? The Americans would love a 6th place position, but so would the Canadians. The Canadians are doing so well. Top 10 every race, I believe. They've had a top 10. They've done really, really well. But no, looks like Canada have made a gap between them and the Americans now. Is that enough? Or will the Americans conquer Canada? And look who's in front of them. Portugal. Portugal is slowing up. Maybe Canada have been thinking about the Portuguese too much and stopped worrying about America behind them. But I think they need to start worrying, because America are very close. Very close. Lap 54. This has potential for a nice little end to the race here. 1 hour and 47 minutes we've been running this race for. We're on lap 54 and we are watching Canada fight it out over position 6 in the race, as Canada seems to have a lot of straight line speed and we have a lot of dust. Now, is there a yellow flag out? Look out for the lights, look out for the lights. Is there any flashing going on? There's a lot of dust. I don't think, no.
Okay.
There is.
Found this on the web.
No, there's definitely no yellow flag, and we can continue this fight between Canada and America. Now, is it going to get more interesting? Is it going to get more interesting, or are these guys just going to stick with what they've got? Or is America actually going to push it? Are they going to push themselves? I don't think they are, you know. I really don't. I think they seem to have backed off. Oh, that was a bit of a bad corner for America. Let's go up to the front of the grid and see where South Africa are at. There they are, 38 seconds in front. See, that gap's not winding in that much, so I believe they've slowed themselves up as they go into lap 55 of this 59 lap race. Back with Canada and America fighting it out for 6th position. Lap 55 we are on. Canadians now have their Achilles where they can go down that back straight faster than the Americans, but it's the corners the Americans have the advantage of. The handling seems to be a lot better around corners and turns. We come down to this turn. This is where America could make a move now. They've got position in there. They've just got to hope that maybe Canada make a slight mistake on one of these corners, because it's the straights that Canada have got the advantage. America haven't. As they now start lap 55. South Africa started it way before. See, it's these corners. See, America are closing that gap, because last lap they weren't that close. I still don't think they're going to have enough in them, though, to catch the Canadians. Canadians, I think, just have enough in them to keep it going. As Italy are overlapping Finland and Switzerland. It's like a bit of a European Union meeting going on here. Except for Switzerland aren't in the European Union, they are independent, of course. But maybe Finland and Italy are trying to talk them into it right now. Italy have had enough and they're off. They're like, no, not having none of it. Finland, you deal with them. There's some nice dust there. Don't know where that was started. Could have been started from these guys. Could have been started from South Africa. Trying to overtake these back markers. As we are on lap 56. We are going into the last stages of this race. My throat and my voice are starting to go. My cough's getting worse. So I am starting to worry, I must admit. So here we are. South Africa overtaking Greece again. I'm sure they overtook them earlier as well. Poor old Greece. South Africa going very nicely around that turn. South Africa have been so dominant the last two races. Even the race before that they were dominant. So they are a force to be reckoned with. They want to take that peace trophy back home to Cape Town, to Johannesburg, to show the world and their fans back home that they are the rightful owners of that cup. But as I said before, they need to win every single race and hope that their competitors don't do as well. So as they come in to start lap 57, not long to go now, guys, not long to go now. Once we're done, you can go off and have your dinner and have your beers and chill out and relax. Not worry about the Nations Cup. Not worry about Liam yabbering on about a load of old rubbish. You can just relax and enjoy your evenings, as they say. Because I'm probably ruining your evenings right now because this is going on for so long. This is a long old race, guys, isn't it? It is a very long old race. As I press that button on the other screen was about to go off. That's got my OBS on. We don't want that going off, do we? Because then I don't know if I'm talking or not, or if you can hear me or not. I think, I don't know if any of you guys have seen, I do a what if series where we do predicaments, like I did Talladega Nights last time round and Formula 1 at Bristol and stuff like this. How about we do a NASCAR 2020 drivers at Le Mans? Not 24 hours, but we do a Le Mans race with the NASCAR cars. Do you think that'd be interesting? Yeah, I just saw that, Brian. Just saw that, mate. I shall try and get on there if I can. I do need to do some editing and some bits and bobs, but I'll try and send you a message over while I'm doing it. You want a Le Mans NASCAR? What if? We'll do that. We shall do that. We'll do that next week. I'll get that in the pipeline. I shall write that one down now. Yeah, we'll do that. That will be interesting. And now I need to find a good Le Mans track, don't we, really? Do we want one without the chicane down that back long straight at Le Mans? Or do we want a Le Mans without that chicane? Because the speeds they get down there is mental. I'd like to see a NASCAR top out speed down that back straight at Le Mans. So maybe I'll try and find a track without that little bit of a kink in it. Yeah, I think you're right. No chicane. I just need to look for it now, because I can guarantee you it's going to be a hard track to find without the chicane. I know there's a few Le Mans tracks on here, on NR 2003. I'll probably just have to download them all and then just test them all out, because you don't want to download a track and just use it. You need to test it and make sure it works. And I'm going to be honest, I did that with the Roval. I tested it and it all worked, but just tonight, just didn't want to know. Perhaps they updated it, maybe. Realistic driver ratings for road courses. Yeah, that'd be good. We could do that, couldn't we? Get N ratings out and put some current ratings for the 2020 drivers, maybe. So we are at the pinnacle of this race, guys. Lap 59. It has been a hell of a long one. We are on 1 hour and 56 minutes, which means the time this race finishes, the time we go through the standings, it will be over 2 hours long. My legs, my bum, my neck, my throat, it's all hurting and aching. I am truly tired and starting to worry that I may be getting a cold. Maybe. Need to go and eat some porridge. That'll sort me out. As South Africa come round for the last few corners of this race, they'll be very happy to win a double race. Watkins Glen and now this one. Let's see if they can do the hat-trick and win at Talladega tomorrow night. Doubtful. I think seems that Wales and America seem to be good at these speedways, and France obviously, and Argentina, but let's not doubt these South Africans, because for the mid half of this championship they have been incredibly on fire, very strong, very dominant and overpowering and unbeatable. They are unbeatable in the last two races, this one and Watkins Glen. No one can touch them as they come towards the checkered flag to win their second race of the season. South Africa are back, ladies and gentlemen. They win round 8 of the Nations Cup. They take the checkered flag. Race complete. Well done, South Africa. So there you have it. There's the final standings as they are at the moment. Other cars are coming over the start-finish line. And we will definitely be doing a Formula 1 at Dover. And I'm also considering doing a Formula 1 at... oh my god, I just had it on my brain as well. Can't remember the track. What's the track? What's the Indy track that they do down? It's an Indy track, road course. Oh my god. Help me, guys. What is it called? What's it called? Is it Road America? No, it's not Road America. No. Oh. Anyway, I'll come back to that later. Yeah, so we do Formula 1 at Dover. And I'm going to do Formula 1 elsewhere. Maybe Formula 1 at Le Mans. That would be a good one. Yeah, it was a great race. Dominated from start to finish. No doubt about that. South Africa 49 seconds ahead of Italy. Incredible. No, it's not. No, it's not. Again, a Seca. Oh, what is it? That's going to annoy the hell out of me now. It's really going to annoy the hell out of me. It's around a city. It's a road track. It's a. It's like Monaco of America. Not Laguna Seca. No. Wow, my memory's gone. So not only have I got a cold, I've now got Alzheimer's. Fantastic. That is definitely something you want. South Africa will now come in the pits. Let's go and have a look at the bottom of the grid. So there was only 2 laps behind. There wasn't no 3 lap or 4 lap behind. Switzerland coming at the back. Argentina out of the race. Well and truly out of the race for quite a while. Unfortunately for them. But Italy and Jamaica make it on to the podium. Long Beach, that's the one. Formula 1 at Long Beach. That would be epic. Well done, the guy. You know what it's about. You love to hear it. So, here we go. 2 hours exactly. And South Africa win round 8. Let's go and have a look at the official standings. NASCAR at Monaco. OMG. What an idea that is. I'm going to write that down as well. Awesome. So, there you go. After 8 rounds, a total of 434 laps, we have USA at the top of the table with 1 win. But 6 top 10s, including that 1 win, of course. But no poles. Canada have been steady all season. And they've had 6 top 10s. I thought they'd had 8 top 10s, but obviously not. Unfortunately, they've not won a race. Wales have won a race. But look at South Africa. They've won 3 races. Sorry, I do apologise. I thought they'd only won 2. South Africa have had 4 poles, 3 wins. Wow. South Africa, well done. Let's have a look at that. Let's move that up there. There you go. Look at that. South Africa, 7th place. Very, 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 very good. Very good. They are coming back very slowly but surely. They are 92 points behind the leader. Easily doable over the next 2 races. Easily doable. How many laps have they led? So South Africa now lead laps led with 132 laps. That is crazy. Look at England down there in 15th. Well, not 15th, but they're down the bottom. They've only led for 2 laps. South Africa won 3 races. So, where? Let's look at this. Before we go and look at that, who's at the bottom? Switzerland. Poor old Switzerland. 682 points behind the leaders. So, they won that one. They won Watkins Glen. They didn't win Pocono. Did they win? Yeah, of course they did. So, there you go, guys. Who said it earlier? One of you said it. That South Africa are obviously good at road courses. They won the Daytona road course. They also won Watkins Glen road course by miles. And then they won at Riverside by miles. They led for 58 laps, guys. 58 laps. They definitely got the bonus points. So there you go. Now, this is interesting. There's no more road courses left in this second season. Could this be where South Africa could now mess up? They need to win these next super speedway races. Talladega and Indy. They need to win them. Or is it going to be game over for them? They need to win them races. And we have, obviously, Talladega up next. 2.6 miles. So, there you have it, guys. Round 9 tomorrow night. Talladega. We are all going to be watching South Africa. We are all going to be seeing if they can do 3 wins on the trot. A hat-trick of wins on the trot. 4 wins in total. Absolutely crazy. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking by for so long. 2 hours of your lives. You've been sat with me jibber-jabbering on. I do apologise. I do apologise for all the issues earlier with Charlotte Roval. And if you did come and see me race, in the V8 Thunder Series. I do apologise for that because we had technical issues with that as well. We had a bad start to the evening, but it's ended pretty well. Talladega, there will be a lot of cautions, I know. There will be a lot of cautions. And you are right, Brian. I don't think South Africa are going to win it. They're not going to win it. I think America are going to win this championship this year. They've got a lot to prove. This is NASCAR. This is their home ground. This is their home sport. They are going to want to win this championship. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to stay safe. Don't forget to stay in. Wash your hands. Antibacteria them. Antibacteria anything that comes into the house. Just be careful and sensible. This disease is spreading. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And I send lots of hugs and love to you all in these sad times. Come by tomorrow night. We'll have a laugh. We'll have a joke. And we'll forget about these serious consequences going on in the real world. And we will be at Talladega. And hopefully Ricky Bobby may arrive. And do some shaking and baking, baby. And hopefully he'll bring baby Jesus with him. That could be interesting. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Argentina will not win. Take care, guys.